All right, welcome back everyone. Today we're diving into something super important, especially if you or someone you love in the Philippines is living with a disability.
That's right. We're tackling Republic Act 10754.
RA 10754. It's about breaking down those barriers to healthcare. And this act, this is your guide.
You know, the really cool thing about RA 10754 is this. It doesn't just talk about rights. It gets down to the nitty-gritty. Making healthcare affordable, because that's a huge deal for people. Being ABE to afford the care they need.
It's putting those rights into action.
Exactly.
And that's where we come in, right? Think of this as your cheat sheet. What's in RA 10754 AND, how it affects you.
Yeah, it's practical stuff you can use yourself or to help someone else.
Okay, before we get lost in the details, what exactly is RA 10754 and why should we care?
Picture this. It's 2016, right? The Philippines is all about inclusive healthcare with its Philippine Health Agenda. This act, it's a major player in that. It builds on RA 7277, the Magna Carta for persons with disabilities.
It's like they gave the Magna Carta a boost.
Yes. It expands the rights of persons with disabilities, PWDs, when it comes to healthcare costs, cause that can be a big problem.
So it makes healthcare easier to get and to afford for PWDs in the Philippines.
Exactly. And I love that it recognizes how different everyone's needs are within the PWD community. Not just like physical disabilities.
As disability has a lot of meanings.
It does. Physical, mental, sensory, everything. Each person's different.
Right. It's not one size fits all. But with such a broad definition, how do they decide what's covered under this act?
Well, that's where medically necessary comes in. Discounts and exemptions there for what you need to manage your disability.
Not just things you might want, but what you need, medically speaking.
Yeah. And it goes beyond that, too. It stresses how important health insurance is, especially for PWDs. It wants everyone in PhilHealth and even suggests ways the government can help people afford it.
It sounds like they thought ahead about the challenges people might face, making it work in the real world.
Totally. And that's what we're here to break down. How to use ERA 10754, the hurdles, what to do if things go wrong.
Let's be honest, when we're talking discounts and exemptions, we need those details. Okay, so let's say I'm listening and I'm thinking, this is great, but how do I actually use these benefits?
It all starts with your PWD ID card. That's your key to those discounts.
Makes sense. But what if you don't have one yet? How do you even start?
Don't worry. Your local government unit can help. Usually, their social welfare office handles that.
What about those times when you need to prove your PWD right away, though? Like at a hospital, you can't always wait for that ID.
You're right, that's important. For urgent cases, the National Council on Disability Affairs, the NCDA, they can give you a temporary one while you wait.
That's good to know. So you've got your ID. What else?
Prescriptions. Especially for medicine or certain devices. Those discounts really matter there, but you got to follow the rules.
So no stocking up on meds just because they're cheaper with the act.
Nope. Pharmacists are going to be checking those prescriptions.
Yeah.
And this is where that purchase booklet comes in, remember that?
Right. It's all coming together now.
It keeps track of your purchases, especially for those devices, so you get the right discount each time.
Like a savings passport for your health. I like it. Okay, so that's what you need to do, but what about the hospitals and clinics? What should we expect from them?
Transparency is huge here. Government hospitals, they have to post their prices for everyone to see. And not just a room, I mean everything.
No more guessing games when you walk in the door.
Exactly. And they have to send those price lists to the Department of Health and Woolfield Health yearly to keep things fair.
Now that's accountability. What about private hospitals? Same deal.
They've got their own rules. They might not post every single fee, but they have to be upfront about room rates and give you a detailed breakdown if you ask.
So it's on you to ask questions and understand the costs.
Yes. And whether it's government or private, they need a way to handle complaints. If there's a problem, speak up.
Because, realistically, things don't always go perfectly. What if someone's denied a discount they should be getting? What then?
That happens. But that's when the NCDA or even your local government can help. You file a complaint with the NCDA or your local Persons with Disability Affairs Office, the PDAO.
So there's a system to handle it? That's good.
Yes. And the Act actually lays out exactly how those complaints should be handled. It's all there in Section 15 of Rule 6 of the rules.
Sounds like we've got some show notes to update. But it's good to know they thought of that. RA 10754 seems to cover a lot of ground.
It does. No system is perfect, of course. But knowing your rights, that's what matters. That's power.
Leveling the playing field.
Exactly. Giving everyone equal access to good, affordable health care.
It's true. When you know what you're entitled to, things go smoother. Like you said, knowledge is power. And when we're talking healthcare, wow, That's powerful.
No doubt. And it's bigger than just one person, too. This act, it's got people in the Philippines talking about these things.
Yeah.
Disability rights, making things accessible, what real inclusive healthcare looks like.
Yeah, we need those conversations. Laws are great, but real change needs everyone.
Absolutely. It's the government, hospitals, those PWD organizations, everyone working together, raising awareness, making sure those benefits actually get to the people who need them.
Right. So everyone listening, this is your cue. Tell people about this, talk to your family, find those local organizations. Let's keep this going.
Because having healthcare, good healthcare that you can afford, that should be a given, not something special. Everyone deserves that, to not stress about getting the care they need.
Well said. I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive into RA 10754.
I always enjoy these chats with you, learning new things.
Me too. And to everyone listening, thank you for being here, for wanting to learn with us. And don't forget, we've got all the links and info in the show notes.
Keep those brains working, ask questions, and never stop fighting for a world that includes everyone.
Perfectly put. Until next time, happy learning, everyone.